Couple things. One, with the oh yeah, tag me in when you're sitting on the bench. You're just the bench warmer right now. You get married to be the bench warmer. So whenever things ain't going well, just tag me in, ball. Just tag me in, coach. So no, that's just not how that goes. You don't want to sit there and just wait for that. When you get married, you want to get married to have a happy marriage.
Assalamu alaikum, peace. I'm Coach Nyla.
Assalamu alaikum, peace. I'm Coach Nyla.
We are the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships, as well as authors of Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Yes.
So with that being said, today, I want to have a discussion about something that's I guess is a common misconception or myth, it could be called. And that is when practicing polygyny, and again, polygyny means a man that has multiple wives. For those of you who don't know, I've been married to Coach Fatimah for 26 years and practiced polygyny with 11 while being married to Coach Nyla. So the misconception goes like this. You got married again, or a man gets married again, if there's deficiency or there's deficiency with his first wife, but they have marital problems and issues and stuff like that. So he wants to marry another wife to make up for those deficiencies. So something is missing, therefore this. So, X plus Y equal, so on. Right? Something like that. X plus Y equals Z. Right. So the idea is that something must be wrong in order, and this is not just limited to women. Most of the time it is, of course, from women. Men generally tend to understand, but sometimes men even look for something because they would rather, well, at least the men who voice the same type of thing, they would rather cheat or do other things. So they were like, okay, well, what's going on? They would say that too. So it's across the board. Nevertheless, let's get into it. So what are your thoughts?
As far as
I guess I have to start with me, right? Everyone decided it. So here's the deal. First of all, no, that's really sad when you think about it, because something doesn't have to be broken in order to want to expand your family or practice polygyny. Okay, my wife and I, we were married for 15 years, happily married 15. I mean, I got married young. I was 19 when I initially got married. So we already had at the time 6 children. All right, so I already had a family. Family was growing. Still wanted more children. I didn't know how many more. I mean, I didn't intend to have 6. I thought I was going to have 2. I was oldest of 6. So I'm like, I ain't about to have no big family. I'm thinking I'm going to have 2. You young and stuff like that. You think you got this planned out, this grand plan for your life. And then life happens. You recognize it's a little something different. Nevertheless, I was married 15 years, happily married for those years, doing business, all the kind of stuff, raising my family, working from home, a number of different things, right? So there was no deficiency in my marriage. I mean, whether it be going on different vacations, raising our children together, all this type of stuff. That was not an issue. And I remember a brother told me, I think it's probably a year before we got married, he was like, and one of the few brothers I know that practice polygyny, have multiple wives, he said, just tell your wife when the time comes, and I wasn't even I wasn't looking for polygyny, but he said, you know what, tell your wife when the time comes that you have made this marriage so incredible, I want to do it again. And of course, at the time, I was like, that's the dumbest, it didn't make any sense to me, but he was like, I mean, it makes sense, but you don't be like, baby, you know what, this marriage is so incredible, I want to do it again with somebody else. That really don't fly.
It don't fly with women.
You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, though, I mean, it still was good marriage, good marriage and everything as well. There wasn't not deficiencies and all this other type of stuff. Let me go serve somebody else to go ahead and make up for her deficiencies, like a patch quilt or something. We go patch these holes up in the boat. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so have you come across that?
Pardon the interruption, but let you in on a little secret that wives, whether they are in monogamy or polygyny, as well as single women, have been using in order to create less drama and more fulfillment in their lives and their relationships. You want to hear it? Okay, they've decided to become part of my counseling and coaching programs. Okay, not everyone has decided to do that. However, I've been counseling and coaching women for years, and I've been helping them make strides in their relationships as far as communicating better, as far as minding their marriage and creating that life and marriage and relationship that they deserve and they desire. So if you want to add coaching and counseling to your personal development journey, make sure you check out CoachNyla.com, and I'll see you on the other side. Now, let's get back to this video.
So, have you come across that?
Yeah, because in a different way, of course, the same thing, but where it's like, oh, okay, well, you've got married, or he married you, because there's a deficiency, or that you want to be the person that steps in and be the savior, be the, you just come in and swoop in and make everything all good because, things ain't right over there. I had this thought when I thought about that, when I heard that so many different times. I said, why would a person really want to come into something that is drama filled, that has a lot of issues? Like, you have to be the one that works to make it. You got to do the work to make it work, type of thing.
From the outside.
From the outside.
One other person going to fix somebody else's marriage.
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
That is, exactly. It don't make any sense.
Nor can somebody take you.
Right. Oh, that was another one too. So, yeah.
Right. Now, that doesn't mean a person couldn't be taken. But you know what I mean. We're not talking about the movie Taken and being kidnapped.
Right.
It's like, oh, she's going to come here and take your husband.
Right.
That's the decision. Everybody, we're adults. All adult relationships are voluntary. Mm-hmm. They can begin and end at any time, the time that you actually choose. I mean, we heard the stories. Thankfully, I haven't had those happen in my life, but we heard stories of, dad going to the store to go get some cigarettes or something and never coming home. Mm-hmm. Or mom deciding to go to the laundromat, just never coming back. Right. Just abandonment, so there are things and situations, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about nobody's going to take anyone else. These relationships are voluntary. Right. So anybody's free to go at any time. Nobody's being detained or under arrest. All right. So that idea, again, that's weird, but it is what it is. She made him marry her. She made maybe that type of thing. Whatever. Spell casting. Right, exactly. Like, made that. So, but yeah, so that thing was a couple things. One, with the, tag me in when, you're sitting on the bench, you're just the bench warmer right now. You get married to be the bench warmer. So whenever things ain't going well, just tag me in, Bob. Just tag me in, coach. No, that's just not how that goes. You don't want to sit there and just wait for that. When you get married, you want to get married to have a happy marriage. However, when it comes to polygyny, I had to explain this to some people. Why would you want to marry a person who is not happy in his marriage that he already has? If you already know about polygyny, you understand what polygyny is about, and you're fine with polygyny. So that's the thing where people think that there's these ulterior motives that incoming wives have. They're like, oh, they're not really okay with polygyny. They're just waiting to swoop in, and they're waiting for this divorce to happen, or if that's the case, why not just be in a monogamous marriage? It's just so many different benefits. And we've had a number of videos that talk about that with polygyny. In polygyny. So the thing is, I saw the beauty in their marriage. And of course, before someone goes like they did before and say, oh, well, you just wanted what they had, and why you couldn't just have your own, and you decided to marry him because you wanted what they... No. It was a track record when women see and can see that a person is doing well and doing right in what they're looking for, being a leader, being a provider, being someone that's loving and caring to their spouse. In your mind, you see that this person is a loving and caring spouse. This person is a protector. This person is a provider. This person, and it's attractive. The looks, yes, that helps. But these other things also, increases the attractiveness. So you see this track record. Why roll the dice somewhere else when you know that this is what you're looking for? That's the interesting thing when it comes to polygyny. Incoming wives they're pretty much in a way where they're not supposed to want those things. Yeah, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense because, of course, I would think about it, right? And sometimes we have to disassociate from it because people put their stuff, their ish, all over it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, if you see somebody, let's take somebody we know. Well, we know as a celebrity,
Right.
We don't know personally. But let's say you take LeBron James, right? Young guy,
Mm-hmm.
billionaire, stuff like that. And you say, okay, well, a woman might want to also marry this dude, all right? Marry him, be a wife. He could take care of financially. Let's say he's emotionally stable with everything else. Again, we don't know his condition, but just given the persona or personality just put out there, would that be cool? Wouldn't that make a lot of sense? I'm sure there's a whole lot of women that wouldn't mind that, one, and can, bring what he may be attracted to the table. But with that being said, society doesn't like that. I mean, they know baller alert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got that thing out there and more accepting of that. But when it comes to marriage, they try to relegate to something that, it's just only about sex. Or it's coming to fix something that was wrong and all kind of other stuff. Maybe to placate yourself or make you feel better. But why wouldn't somebody want that? My mother told me that when I was a kid. She was like, listen, of course my name wasn't Nazir back then. But she was like, look, no woman wants a man that another woman doesn't want.
Exactly.
I know what she meant back then, but now I do. I mean, clearly, if you're not attractive to some women, not just physically attractive, even that's not even number one on the scale, but if you're not attractive to women, then other women ain't gonna want you anyway. There are some things that are just clean and clear across the board. So, I don't expect that, now, I'm no longer attracted to people or she's no longer attracted. We're humans. Human beings are humans, right? So it really depends on your principles.
Yeah.
Above this other stuff. So, so she wouldn't want to have, somebody leading and being proactive with raising children, being proactive with taking care and being emotionally aware of relationships, not going on different vacations, not planning on businesses, not retire. She wouldn't want any of that. Duh. I mean, to me, it makes sense.
It definitely does. And the thing is, you don't, even as an incoming wife or something, you don't take that away from the initial wife either. Your marriages are separate. I think that's the thing people get so scared about.
Well, even using the term incoming wife and incoming wife is we don't do that in real life. It's not hey, here's my first wife and here's my second wife. Here's the initial and here's the subsequent. Right. And we do that to let the audience know. All right, because we're talking about polygyny, because polygyny does not get its fair airplay.
Right.
All right, and a lot of it is heavily favored toward, one, the feelings of the women in particular, the first or initial wife. All right, which is understandable because most people either, if they are married in monogamy, or if they're not married, looking at being a wife to someone that's usually going to be through monogamy. So it doesn't get its fair airplay and gets really looked down upon. So that's why we say, incoming wife or whatever else. But we're simply talking about marriage. In the form that we're talking about right now is polygyny. And
that's the thing. People don't look at polygyny as this form of marriage. It's a form of marriage. It's like, what did I hear before? Legalized cheating. What? So if you're looking at it as a form of marriage, of course, whatever wife, second, third, fourth, will still want what you want in a marriage, period. Because your marriage is your marriage. So that doesn't take away from any of the other marriages or marriage or anything like that he has. It's, or they have together. You're working on yours. You are thinking about yours. And yes, people say, well, you're not thinking of you didn't think about the first wife. And I can't make anybody else happy. I can't think for other people. I can only think for me. Their marriage was existing already before I came along. So it's like, what can I do? I'm not the person that's trying to come and break up anything, and nor am I looking to, nor can I do that. It's like you giving somebody so much power to say that they came in and wrecked something that was already established. That, I don't know. That's something I just don't understand.
It's foolish. I'll just say that. But anyway, nevertheless, you don't have to, and most brothers I know, they're not marrying additional wives in order to make up for some dysfunction or something that's not functioning. That doesn't mean everything is all smooth and there's no challenges. There's challenges in every single marriage. Okay? Every single marriage. Polygyny or not.
Right.
All right. There are, even if you're not married, you have challenges in relationships, even with your parents or children or relatives, whatever. Right. So there are challenges. That doesn't make someone deficient, defunct, any of that type of stuff, especially when it comes to marriage. You're going to have your challenges. And all challenges are not going to be smooth and well and happy. And then once I get all of this fixed, then I'll go ahead and I'll decide on polygyny. Life doesn't really work like that. It's not linear like that. So prayerfully, we answer some questions with this myth here with, oh, you have to be defunct in your marriage. No, that's for lack of better words, foolish.
Yes, but there we go. We'll use that word because I was thinking of others. But
Indeed.
So yes. Well, I was going to say something else. Oh, about the ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and everything like that. And just because it's you having a rough time or a rough patch in your marriage, don't mean that it's something that's going to cause somebody to go run off and
get another wife.
wife.
Also, please stop, fellas. Listen, you don't have to use polygyny as a threat. Please. You don't act right. You done burnt the eggs up. I'm gonna get another wife. Well, if you don't make up that bed, if you don't do such and such, I'm just gonna get another wife. Listen, you might be feeling like that internally. I don't know, but don't say that. That's really weak. That shows your inability to effectively communicate and also deal with your emotional challenges. I'm gonna do this if you shut up, man. If you're gonna do it or you're not. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with she gonna make you do it because she didn't do anything right. Mm-hmm. And don't try to manipulate women like that. That's shady as ever. Yeah, and as a man, weak. You want to be a man. Don't start doing something like that because that's toddler talk and that type of talk will create issues. It'll create trust issues. It'll create harm and all kind of. It can create those types of things because that came out your mouth, and that's much sharper than a sword. So watch your mouth. Don't be stupid. Bam. That's it. Quote for the day, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Anyway. All right, so if you made it this far. Right, no doubt. You made it this far in the video. We would like to see and shout you back out. So put the word evolution below. Evolution. Just a shout out to those who evolve and grow. So evolution in the comments lets us know that you've seen the whole video. We appreciate you and love making these videos for you. So if you have any topics, feel free to leave them below as well. We can go ahead and work on tackling them. And we look forward to you growing. You'll go with GLC. Growing intentionally. I'm just saying all of it. All right. You sure don't. All right. So yes, we're going to give you some GLC. Make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a high level every single day. See, that's my part. That's where I'm at. GLC. That's Coach Fatimah part. She say that. Loving fearlessly. Loving fearlessly. All right. Don't take it away. It doesn't take away from me, but I'm just saying. Evolution in the comments. We'll holler at you. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and also Clubhouse under our names.
And make sure you go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and sign up for our email list. And there you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Absolutely. And last but not least, when it comes to coaching or counseling, if you want to work with us one-on-one or in group settings, make sure you're on that website and reach out to us because we do have very limited spots and we usually have a wait list. So with that being said, GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.